Hi, everybody. Thank you for participating in the honors option version of our purchasing class. So I want to take this opportunity to give you a brief overview as to what the honors option component of this course will require. So for those of you who have elected to do the honors option component of this course, what you're working towards is earning honors credit along with your 3 credit hours for this course. So you'll fulfill your degree requirement of purchasing, but you will also get an honors designation next to this course, which will look very good on your transcript for transfer to a four-year institution, and it will also look good on your resume to employers. So everything in this folder is for honors option students only. So only you all will see this folder. Also, please keep in mind that all the work that you do on your honors option project is in addition to the regular coursework. This does not take the place of anything. The only slight exception to that is with regard to the term project for the whole course. The regular term project has 2 parts, part 1 being a make or buy analysis and part 2 being to interview a purchasing professional. I am excusing all of you from part 2. You do not have to complete part 2 of the term project because you're going to do a more in-depth interview as part of your honors project. However, you do need to complete part 1 of the regular term project, which is the make or buy analysis, in accordance with the due dates in the regular course schedule. So as you look through this folder, you're going to find the overall direction sheet for your honors option project. And then you're also going to find an example of a literature review. The example is the literature review that I wrote for my capstone project for my bachelor's degree in hospitality. I think it serves as a good example. You'll also find an example of data analysis, and that comes from a real study that I published with Dr. Jerry Shea, who's a terrific educator and researcher. Within that document, you'll see how we took data from interviews, analyzed it, found common themes, recorded frequencies, and discussed demographic information. That example will be very helpful to you in completing your project. So getting back to the project, your project has really 6 components. The first component is a literature review. So you're going to do research on new technologies and best practices emerging in the hospitality industry as they pertain to purchasing. You need at least 10 scholarly sources. At least 5 of those have to be from peer-reviewed journal articles. It has to be current research, meaning no more than 10 years old, should be at least 4 pages in length, and you have to follow APA research methods. The reason I'm holding you to strict APA guidelines is because part of doing honors level work is using scholarly formatting and referencing like APA. I have provided within this folder, you'll see a subfolder labeled APA resources. I've given you some great tools in there to help you with APA. Second component of your project is interviewing purchasing professionals. You're going to have to interview at least 2 local purchasing professionals to kind of find out what their thoughts are on trends in the purchasing function, and then you'll summarize each interview. The third part is the data analysis, where you'll take the information from your interviews and you'll develop a list of common themes, do the frequencies, and discuss the demographic data of your interviewees. Again, I'll go over this more with you in class, and you'll also see the example posted in here. Part 4 of your project is based off your literature review and your data analysis. You're going to make recommendations for practice. So based on what you find in the literature, you're going to recommend 2 to 3 technologies that could be implemented in a hospitality operation and how, and you're going to suggest 5 to 7 best practices for all purchasing agents. Okay, and then you'll provide a brief summary of the methods for effective food service purchasing. Part 5 is a reflection. So this is going to be a personal narrative about what you gained from doing this project and how it will shape your career. So you're going to focus on key takeaway lessons from your research and lessons that you found interesting, and then how this project will help you in your career. Part 6 is a culmination of all 5 parts. So in part 6, you're going to put together a final portfolio. So you will edit components 1 through 5 in accordance with my feedback, because you're going to turn in each component on a different due date. That way you can get feedback from me before moving on. So for the final portfolio, you're going to make sure that you edit all 5 components with my feedback. And for your portfolio, I envision this being in a 3-ring binder. You're going to have a cover page, a table of contents, all 5 sections clearly labeled either with tab dividers or section headings, and then a comprehensive reference list and APA formatting of all of the research that you used. You'll see in your project document, I have due dates for all of this. Your literature review will be due March 3rd, and then basically for the rest of the semester, about every 2 to 3 weeks thereafter, one of these components will be due. So you should get started on this immediately. I recommend that you start this by at the very latest the second week of February. Otherwise, you're going to fall behind. Throughout this process, I recommend that you meet with me at least once every other week, even if it's a telephone call or Skype. If it can be an in-person meeting, if our schedules work, that's great. If not, I'm open to phone and Skype just to touch base, see where you're at, make sure you're on the right track. Because I want to coach you through this process, because for most of you, this is your first attempt at scholarly research. So I want you to know that you're not on your own. I'm here to help you. So again, I think you'll get a lot out of this project. You might even have an opportunity to present your research if you want to. And if that's something you want to do, please come talk to me for more details, because MCC has events for students to participate research, and I'm happy to assist you with that. So again, welcome to the honors option component, and please get started and reach out to me with any questions.